G'day guys, it's me from the Mighty Gaming channel. It's Matt Miguel. We're going to do a quick tutorial on how to install Arma and the mods. I've had a heap of people ask me for this video, so I'm just going to put it together real quick. I'm going to go through both ways as well, the normal Arma launcher way and the A3 launcher. So first of all, to get Arma, of course, you go to Steam, you buy Arma, you go to your games, you go to Arma. And usually there's an install button here, but if you've got it already, you just click play. Now, from this point, when you've got the game, if you're playing in the Fire and Ice server like what I play on, or you want to play on there, I want to remind everybody that you don't need any of the DLCs that you have to pay for to play on there. All the prizes that you get for doing the missions are all the normal vehicles that are included in the normal Arma 3. There's none of the DLCs are given as prizes. I mean, they're in there and you can use them. You can use the jets, you can use the tanks, but you have to buy them and then you can use them. You don't just get them from doing the mission. So you're not going to do a mission and get a DLC vehicle and be like, fuck, I can't take that. That sucks. So, as I said, if you're going to play Fire and Ice, you don't need the DLCs. You get plenty of tanks and stuff and jets and helicopters. Without the DLCs just give you more. So if you like tanks, buy the tanks DLC, you'll get more tanks. Alright, so let's start this off. We've just installed Arma 3. All you've got is Arma 3 installed, nothing else. Now you're going to need the mods. Now I'm going to do this first with the A3 launcher. So I'm just going to minimize this and launch my A3 launcher. To get A3 launcher, you just Google A3 launcher. Which I might even do real quick. A3Launcher. A3Launcher.com. Download now. Boom. You got the A3 launcher. So once that downloads and runs, it's gonna look a little something like that. I'm just gonna close that because you don't need that. That's the changes log for things that have changed, which is here. Change log. Go away. Change log. Anyway, so once you have this downloaded, it looks like this. It's all confusing and scary and frightening, but it's not. So this is basically, if you've played WoW or Diablo, you know what a launcher looks like. This is just for launching the games. This is just for finding the server that you want and then hitting launch. So we want the Fire and Ice, just as an example. So you type in Fire and Ice and you hit search. I think it's Fire and Ice. There you go, boom, there it is. So there's the server that I'm playing on. Wow, there's 13 people on at the moment, that's huge. Now when you find the server you want, if you just want to look through the list, you don't search anything, just scroll through. But they're all going to have what mods that are in it listed there. Make sure you hit favorite so it's easy to find again. It's going to tell you what map they're running, how many people are on there, what the ping is. I mean, the ping's really bad for me because I'm really far away from New York. But anyway, then it's going to have this button at the top. Now, some of them are going to have a little play button, some of them are going to have this button. This button means that you're missing stuff, and if you hit this button, it's going to ask you, I can't join this server, you do not have all the mods needed to play, would you like to install them? And if you hit OK, it's going to start downloading the mods that you're missing. So you can go to the mods tab, which is here, and this shows you all the modifications that you can get for Arma, and it's got installed on the ones you've got, and not installed on the ones you don't got. Now, because you click that little down button, it's going to start downloading all the ones that you need to join that particular server. And once it's finished, then that little downloading button is going to change into a play button because you're allowed to play on there now because you've got all the things you need. I'm just seeing what it's actually installing. Oh, there you go. So, apparently I needed that. No, I've got that already. I don't know why it's downloading the Australian 1.5.9. Maybe they updated it overnight without me realizing. It's 6 gig, doesn't bother me, that's fine. But as I said, you're just going to start downloading the things that you're missing. That's actually really big. And it's just going to install them for you, and once they're done, that little button is going to change into something that looks like that. So these are download, I'm missing stuff I need to download, and that one's play. Now it's almost the exact same thing for the real Arma launcher. If I go back to Steam, I hit play, it comes up with the Arma launcher. This is the real Arma launcher. So you go down to servers, and then you search in internet for the one you want. I usually search for survival servers, and it comes up with all the survival servers. But everybody seems to like the Fire and Ice, so you search that, and there it is, boom. Fire and Ice. Now, it says it's added to my favorites. It's not requires a password. It says requires a password, but it's not coloured in. It's like grey, so it's not. And it's protected by BattlEye anti-cheat. Partial data and initial data. So if you actually click on this, it shows you exactly what DLCs are available on there, and blah blah blah. But you don't need to worry about that. Now, when you click join, if you're doing this through the normal way, not through the A3 way, it's going to come up with this window. And now this has got a list of all the mods that are currently running in the server. Okay, so you see them all there. It says load. Load means that you're just going to be running that mod when you play. Down the bottom, it's got suggested and additional mods. Now, these might not necessarily be in your list. These are mods that do work, that you can add in later. Now, enhanced movement I know works. Tac vests works, I know. XL mod 1.3 does not, because that's the old one. We're currently running XL mod 1.4. That kind of screwed me up for a while. I kept getting an XL mod and I was like, what have I done wrong? But they updated it and I never heard that they updated it. So make sure you're running XL mod 1.4. That says 1.3, but it's ignoring that mod, so it's not using it. Now the other two that I highly recommend are the JSRS sound mod and the Blast Core edited. Now the JRS sound mod just changes the sounds to make them a bit more crisp and a bit more realistic. And the Blast Core makes the explosions look a bit more crisp, and it also adds a lot more smoke to fire and that sort of stuff. Now say this isn't here and you want to add this in. So we want to find JSRS sound mod. So I just click close. I go back to... So minimize the Arma launcher, go back to Steam. Now in Arma 3, scroll down till you see the Steam Workshop and click on Browse the Workshop. So this is now going to go through all the mods that are available for Arma 3, and you want to search for JSRS. If I can type JSRS. You can type the full name if you want, but JSRS usually works for this one. Click search, and there it is there. JSRS sound mod, click on that, and hit the subscribe button. It's kind of weird that some of the mods don't have install, they have subscribe or unsubscribe instead of install and uninstall. So as soon as you subscribe to it, it'll just download it. Actually, if I unsub it and sub it again, it doesn't download it. Okay, but it should start downloading it down the bottom here. You'll see it downloading. So then when you open your Steam launcher, or sorry, your Arma launcher next time, which I'll do that again. Go back to library, go to Arma, press play. Go to servers, and then hit join, and then now that will be added to your list, the JSRS sound mod. So I've shown you how to use both launchers. I've shown you how to install a mod. If you want other mods, by all means install them. Not every server can actually use every mod, but these ones work on this particular one. Usually just ask the admins what server mods work on there, or just try them. If it crashes and doesn't work, obviously they don't work. Once you've got all the mods that you need ready to go, and they're all loaded in, or they say keep loaded after you've used them for a while, you hit set up mods and join. So that will actually join you into the game with those mods running. Now the other thing that you need to remember is that Arma 3 is a ridiculously large game with a ridiculously large amount of mods, as you can see from that screen. It's got DLC, it's got mods, it's got ridiculously large levels, it's got AIs it needs to load. The loading screen takes a really long time. It looked like it's got stuck, but it's still going. If it takes more than 10 minutes, it's probably stuck, but 5 minutes isn't unusual for Arma. It takes a really long time. So we're just going to let it load a bit longer. So it's initializing the add-ons. It says all my mods are up to date, because usually you see it downloading and installing mods down the bottom here, if it needs to add something in new. And I always get that error. I really should uninstall Cup and install Cup again to avoid getting this error. It still works though, which is kind of weird. Just click OK through errors, and if it works, it works. If not, write down what the error says, Google it, or just uninstall that mod that it says it has a problem with and install it again. Okay, so it's trying to boot the game now. Black screen of death. Oh. As I said, I have all the DLC, but you don't need all the DLC. For this particular server, as I said, the prizes that are given for completing missions are never DLC vehicles, so you can always take the prize. And I mean, you get Apache attack helicopters, tanks, BT-90s. Unfortunately, you don't get any jets. That would be cool. But you can buy the jets if you want to fly around the jets. So I'm just going to give this... As I said, it looks stuck. I'm like, oh no, it's broken. It's not going anywhere. But it is loading. It just takes a really, really long time. If it's actually stuck, I'll be embarrassed. But anyway, eventually that will load in. I hope. Even I'm not sure if that's stuck. But anyway, it will load in. It just takes a really long time. But anyway, make sure that you, if this video helped you out, that you hit the like and subscribe button. Be sure to check out the rest of my videos and my live streams. They're on every night at 8. Turn on that if you're not sure, turn on the notifications, so you hit sub, hit the notifications, so it'll tell you when the live stream's on, and that will do that. Actually, I know why this is taking so long, because it's downloading that update for the Australia map that was on the what's it called, the A3Launcher. That's why it's taking so long. So I'm like, have I broken it? Is it actually stuck? No, it's downloading the update in the background. I'm like, what? Anyway, but that's it. If you find any problems or if I've missed anything, please leave it in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys live to play a bit of Arma 3. Cheers. See ya. Bye.